interesting concept. It's a crazy concept, but it's a concept that allowed my co-writer Jim Taylor and me to sort of include a lot of aspects, I think, of contemporary life in a story. It's a science fiction premise that gives you kind of a what if, whack on the side of the head to look at things. And plus it's funny. When you hire old pros like Matt Damon and Christoph Waltz and Kristen Wiig, you know they're going to deliver the goods in spades. But then when you hire someone not so well known for a really eccentric, idiosyncratic part, and she blossoms, that's really exciting, and that's Chau.
A lovely movie, and I hardly ever call any movie a lovely movie, and this is worth your while sitting there and worth your while thinking about it afterwards. The great thing about movies is that everybody can see whatever they can see, whatever they want to see. Sometimes they see something that makes them uncomfortable. Then it's not the movie that's uncomfortable, it's them who are uncomfortable, and that's part of the experience of going to see a movie. So I hope, apart from 2 hours of wonderful entertainment, there's an uncomfortable moment to take home and consider and think about a little bit.
Well, hopefully they're entertained, but also I hope that it leaves a little something in their hearts and in their minds to think about. You know, thinking about our footprint and what we're doing, how we're living, and how we can be better. So with the new year coming up, I think it's a good time to reflect. I'm already really small. I feel like I should get bigger, if anything.
This is a very high concept movie about human beings have invented the technology to shrink themselves to about 5 inches tall, but it's an Alexander Payne film. He did Sideways and Nebraska, and he always makes really interesting, very real, very personal stories. And so to throw this kind of filmmaker into this high concept genre is really exciting. I play an old classmate of Matt Damon's who looks down on Matt for my haughty position. No downsizing, 6-for-1 packages for me, yeah. I'm not ready yet. Yeah, I think I still have too many children to pick up. That'd be tough at 5 inches tall.
Well, it's really funny. It makes you cry a couple times. It's a really sweet love story, and it makes you really think about how you live your life. No, I don't think I would. No, for a lot of reasons. Yeah. Also, it depends on if your friends do it and if your family does it. It's dangerous procedure. There's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want to be 5 inches tall. It really makes you think. I mean, that's something that so many people that I know who have seen the movie, they just walk away really, like I said, thinking about like, how am I living my life? What can I do? What am I not doing, more importantly? And what would you do for money? What would you do for love? And it makes you really, it's a good thing to talk about with a group of people if you go see the movie with other people.
Alexander Payne has given us now a tradition of irreverent and subversive looks at whatever he's investigating, human nature, and the fact that he and Jim Taylor wrote this script and wanted to tell the tale of the heartbreaking parts of what's happening with our environment and climate change. I think it's like so brilliant and mad genius to consider the idea, and should be playful and really funny and irreverent to watch it, but at the same time, I think it's the most interesting and subversive commentary on what's happening in the world right now, not only about the environment, but about healthcare and immigration. So I think it's a very important film for people to see. I feel like every movie I do, I'm not allowed to say anything, but all I can tell you is I have a very small part. I think it's something to highly consider. I mean, it'd just be embarrassing if I was still a mass consumer and like an in shawl, but hopefully it would finally teach me how to take care of the planet. And can I move to Norway? If I can move to Norway, yes.
Downsizing yourself is a fun concept until you realize you can't come back up. It's not like a ride at Disneyland. If you don't like it, you can get off, you can get back on. This thing, once you do it, there is no coming back. So you got to be sure. I'm a creature of habit, so I don't know if I would downsize myself just on my own free will. But if my husband wanted to do it, I would follow him right down the rabbit hole. Anything for love. I would probably say I think the biggest message of this movie is to look at how we're living, how we could consume less, and what would you do for love? I mean, I think those are your takeaways. But I think that anybody who sees this movie is going to walk away asking themselves, what would I do? They'll be talking about it in the car on the way home for sure. It's a feel-good movie, and right up until the end, you don't know what's going to happen. And you're battling in your mind, what would you do right up to the end? So it's definitely something to come see with your family and then go back home and talk about it while you're having leftovers.